Welcome to AD-VAITA. Let's talk about politics today. The corruption in the political system has deep-rooted in our country. Running a political party, contesting elections, printing flexes, banners, distribution of party-branded flags, t-shirts and mobilizing crowd for rallies is a very costly affair. In addition to this, distribution of cash and alcohol to each voter has become culture of political parties for generations. Let us look at our election expenses. According to reports, 60,000 crore rupees was spent in last Lok Sabha elections alone. As per the annual audit report of political parties submitted by Election Commission of India, more than 6,500 crore was spent by 18 political parties between 2015 to 2020. And 77% of this massive expenditure was shared by two national parties, that is BJP and Congress. India ranks number 1 in election spending in the whole world, whereas it ranks 43rd in the education spending among 64 major economies. If you had utilized the 6,500 crore rupees for building better schools, you would have constructed or refurbished or renovated at least 5,000 schools to world-class standards. So where does this money come from for these political parties? These political parties do not engage in any manufacturing or production, nor do they engage in any business. Whose money is this? And no politician will ever sell his land or property to contest elections. Then where is he bringing the money from? This is your money. The money that was supposed to be used for construction of roads, railways, schools, hospitals and houses is spent for political campaigns and putting up a topi on your head. I am sure you would not want to donate to these corrupt political parties. Nor do I. Nobody wants to donate to these corrupt politicians. Then where are they getting this money from? Between 2018 and 2019, they have been able to secure 951 crore rupees from anonymous sources and 2,513 crore rupees from electoral bonds. They use big business houses. When these millionaires and billionaires donate some money to these political parties, they expect something in return. This is called quid pro quo. There could be the policies or programs that are favoring them at the cost of nation's progress. The Election Commission has limited spending to 70 lakh rupees per contestant. This is required for reaching out to people, travel expenses and important legitimate campaign spends. But the politicians, instead of conveying ideas and communicating vision, they indulge in supplying of cash and alcohol. And if you go by 70 lakh limit, no party will issue a ticket for this money. And as per FCRA, the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, no political party can secure funds from outside of the country. It was accused against both BJP and Congress that they have been receiving funds for political activities between 2004 and 2012. The ADR, Association for Democratic Reforms, filed a public interest litigation in Delhi High Court in 2013 against both parties. High Court judgment came in 2014 which said donations are illegal. These parties moved to Supreme Court and later FCRA was amended retrospectively. ADR had to withdraw the petition. You will sell your vote for bloody 500 rupees and later spend 10 times of that money in private schools and hospitals for your children's education and family's health. Isn't it absolute stupidity? The Enforcement Directorate is investigating an interesting case against RKW developers in relation to 93 Mumbai Blast. And one of the most notorious names that is part of this case is Dawood Ibrahim. This company has donated 10 crore to political parties between 2014 and 2015. Who is this company donating to? And what is their interest behind this? These political parties are so desperate for funds that they are ready to make any changes in the law. 1976 FCRA and introduced a new law in 2010. When ADR lawyer questioned this, saying that the political parties have received funds before 2010, well before the new law was introduced, they started deliberately delaying this till the next budget. When next budget day arrived, they changed 1976 FCRA Act. This was first of its kind in the history that the law that did not exist was changed in Parliament. Before 2017, there was no restrictions for political parties to receive funds under 20,000 Indian rupees. You would have heard a lot of cases where cash used to be seized and politicians exposed. This was getting tough for corrupt politicians. In 2017, these electoral bonds were introduced and government said this will end the black money and corruption in the election. So what are the electoral bonds? After 2017, if you want to donate to political parties an amount below 2,000 rupees, you can pay through cash. Beyond that, you can use electoral bonds. Say for example, you want to pay 10 lakh rupees to a particular political party. You have to go to State Bank of India, fill a form for donations. You will be deducted rupees 10 lakh and given a bond. Within next 15 days, you can give this bond to any party that you want to pay. But the fun here is, there will be nothing mentioned on the bond. No information of donors, receivers, no political party information, nothing. When someone got this bond tested, there was an alphanumeric code detected from this. Though the finance minister tried to clarify on this, nothing really worked. Even opposition parties kept quiet when it comes to funding. Since these details are with banks as they do KYC for the transactions, obviously the ruling party can pull up the donor details, and it is natural for them to receive more funds as they will get to know who is donating. And this is the fact. According to Association for Democratic Reforms, out of 6,000 crore bonds issued between 2018 and 2019, 95% of the total money was received by ruling party. The Election Commission and the Reserve Bank of India have been reiterating that this will encourage black money and corruption in the election. Government says it will end the corruption and black money in the elections. In fact, Election Commission has filed an affidavit in this matter. In response to this, some politicians have stated that the day RBI and the Election Commission of India understands the bonds, let them accept it. This is funny, isn't it? These 10th standard failed politicians who today even think that the earth is flat are trying to teach the financial concepts to RBI. And most importantly, these electoral bonds have to be approved by Election Commission. Without Election Commission approving it, how did they reach to the political parties? All in all, there are a lot of things that are not being told to people. People should proactively understand these irregularities and get wise before the elections. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.